What's going on, guys? This is the new GymTab M18 Pro. So to start off, let me just quickly show you what all comes inside the box with the projector. You get the projector itself, obviously, which we will take a closer look at in just a second, along with an HDMI cable, the power plug, a dedicated remote control, and an audio cable. Now, the actual projector is pretty much the same as the previous GymTab 1, at least on the outside. That big glass lens up front comes protected by a dedicated lens cap, which is nice to have. Around back are all your inputs. The power port is at the bottom there, and you've also got VGA, 2 USB ports, and 2 HDMI ports for input. This means you could connect up a few different media sources to this thing all at once, from the Fire TV stick, which is what I use, to a cable box, to a smartphone, even a hard drive. There's lots of options here for utilizing the projector, with just about anything you can think of. There's also a dedicated SD card reader on the side as well, yet another way for your content to be shown on this thing, and dedicated audio and a headphone jack as well. Well, across the top, you'll find all your button controls for changing the input, adjusting the settings, and selecting stuff on the on-screen menus. But of course, you don't even have to mess with those, because the included remote has all that and more. You'll use the remote to at least just power on the projector, change the inputs, and adjust the volume. But whatever connected device you have paired up with the projector itself, like the Fire TV stick for example, those media sources are still controlled by their own dedicated remotes. For sound, the GymTab projector has a dedicated speaker around back, which, in my opinion, also sounds better than before. And to be honest with you, I've been really happy with just the speaker alone, which is probably surprising. For mounting and positioning the projector, there's a couple of things you can do. I obviously just have the projector set up on a shelf. There are 4 rubber feet that prop the projector up, along with a screw adjustment lift that'll tilt the projector up and down if you need it positioned a little higher. You can also ceiling mount the projector. There are prefixed screw mounts underneath as well. But like I said, I still kept things simple here with an IKEA shelf and a cable cover that runs down behind the bed. And no, the shelf has not fallen down on me while I'm sleeping. It's been rock solid the whole time I've had it. So, like I mentioned earlier, the biggest new add-on with the M18 Pro is the fact that it's now Wi-Fi enabled, so you can cast content right from your smartphone, for example, relatively easily, whether you have an Android device via Miracast or an iOS device via AirPlay. You can connect the projector up to the Wi-Fi network, to the device, and start streaming pretty easily, which is great. And while that is an excellent addition and definitely makes things easy, I still personally prefer just connecting up something like a Fire TV stick directly to the projector with the HDMI port around back. From there, you can choose the input and switch between that or anything else that's connected. And like I said, you can have 3 or 4 different things all connected up to this projector at once, in different ways. So there's really an endless amount of potential when it comes to getting your content on here. The projector itself is a native 1080p resolution, which means as long as your source is 1080 resolution, you should be getting a 1080p picture. The Fire TV stick here does exactly that, and to me, this is more than good enough when it comes to offering a relatively crisp image. You have to keep in mind that the screen size, some 80 or 90 inches here, but upwards of 100 inches or more, depending on how far away the projector is set up, is going to be a factor in how sharp the image looks. All in all, with such a big screen and from a normal viewing distance like this, I think you can get a pretty clear image. There's built-in controls, of course, for the lens that you can adjust to get the right angle and focus. So no matter how you have it set up, and how far away or how close it may be, you should be able to find the right combination. Now, there are 2 other important elements to this projector. Of course, the first is its brightness. Obviously, in a dark room, this projector is plenty bright, and actually, I left the light sort of half on here, so you can see what it's like in a room that isn't totally pitch black. The windows also don't help any here either. Plenty of light coming through, even at night. But to me, this projector really is bright enough in this low light setup, and I think that's how most people will use it. Unfortunately, it isn't quite bright enough to enjoy in daylight, and I don't necessarily think the 6,000 lumens that's advertised is accurate, so keep that in mind. The dimmer the room, the better experience you'll have. But I think that's par for the course for any sort of budget projection. The other thing worth considering is the out loud listening experience, like I explained earlier. And there are 2 things going on here. First off, the built-in speaker around back, in my opinion, is surprisingly good. It gets really loud, it's very detailed, and I think it's an improvement over the previous generation of this projector. All in all, I'm totally fine with the built-in speaker, and in fact, I really do consider it quite good. The fan noise, I think, also isn't too bad. It's noticeable, for sure. This projector doesn't pretend to be some silent, fanless product. You'll know when it's on, the fan is running, but I don't think it's that distracting. If you aren't happy with maybe the picture profile or the sound setup or something else, the projector also has plenty of settings and things you can alter to enhance or tone down. The saturation, for example, or a new sound profile tweak. A custom setup from scratch, whatever it is you want, I think there's more than enough here to get the right look for the room and the environment. For me, I just bump the colors up a little bit. I tend to like things more saturated. That was it. I didn't really change anything else. I've personally been using the GymTab projector in my own bedroom setup for the last 2 years now, and I'm really looking forward to using this new, updated one now for a while. For 95% of people, this is more than enough to offer a fantastic movie theater-like experience. It's a great entry-level, easy-to-use sort of deal, I guess. It's a solid starter or even mid-level projector for a bedroom setup, makeshift theater setup, outdoor event, or anything else, and I definitely recommend it. I hope what's in this video is helpful in making your decision because there are so many options on Amazon, and I earn a small commission from qualifying purchases at no extra cost to you. I've left the product link below in the comments so you can find the best price. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.